Bless, 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 bless. What's going on, people? Spiritual heads, conscious heads out there. Hope everybody's blessed out there and having a good day. The topic of the subject is fear. Fear and why people let this energy hold them back. Literally. You know what I'm saying? And the other day this young youth, this young talented youth named Juice World, only 21 years old. Only 21 years old. And a lot of people will say, well, he wasn't spiritual, he wasn't this. It doesn't matter. Because the reason he died was out of fucking fear. And I'm using this as an example, as much as it hurts me that he's gone. Because he has a couple songs, 1-2 songs I did like. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I was crushed to hear that he died. But the reason he died was out of fucking fear. Fear from who? The power that be. The feds, the cops. So what if they catch you with a bunch of bags or whatever shit you got? Who cares? Who fucking cares? Deal with whatever you gotta deal with and move the fuck on. His fear caused his demise. His fear caused his demise. So you gotta understand that you can't have fear in your life when you're just living your life, because that energy will cause you to self-destruct. You understand? That energy will cause you to self-destruct. And you gotta be on that path where shit, you make the rules. You do what's right for yourself. You know what's right for yourself. You gotta have a fearless attitude, a fearless mentality. Live a fearless life. You know what I mean? And being scared of what the powers that be is gonna do to you is just gonna have you scared all the time. That's what the powers that be want to do. They want you living in fear. Fear of what they'll do to you. Fear what they'll do to your family. Fear what they'll do to your friends. Fear what they'll do to your job. Fear what they'll do to your car. Fear what they'll do to you. Fear, 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 fear. They want you living in fear. Fuck fear. Burn fear. You know what I mean? You gotta burn that energy. You gotta burn that energy. Don't have no fear in your heart. You are the one that controls your reality. You are the one that controls your reality. Yeah, we live in a society where they have all these rules, but you as a magician, you as a light worker, you as a purpose, as a divine being, you have the energy, you have the tools to manipulate energy, to manipulate matter. You know what I'm saying? You are the one that's connected to the cosmos and the universal realms. You understand? So you can't have no fear in your heart. Have no fear in your heart. Have no fear in your heart. Because you are the one that has to set up certain things that you want done in your life. Or you want whatever you want to happen in your life, because you're the one that's manifesting these things. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that manifests these things. So you can't have no fear in your heart. My life, my blessed, protect my prosperity. Blessings on the birds, them. Flocking in a group. You can't have no fear in your heart. None. You know what I mean? People are just living in fear all the time. Oh, this might happen, that might happen. If you have a clear conscience and a guilt-free heart, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You understand? You have nothing to worry about. But when you're mixing up yourself in certain things that you know you shouldn't be mixing yourself up, then yeah, you have a lot to be worried about. But if you cause your own, if you go out there and cause trouble for yourself and have to be looking over your back, that's a different type of fear. That's a fear that you're in wrong. But if you're living a peaceful life, going about your business, doing what's right, living a righteous life, you should never be living in fear, because the universal powers is guiding and protecting you. You know what I mean? So stop living in fear. And I want to talk about the importance of always taking a shower in the morning and always taking a shower at night. It's very important, because you have to understand, when you're sleeping at night, your spirit is astral traveling. You understand? And you're going through the same experiences, the same sweat. You know what I mean? You know, you're going through the same thing that as if you were awake. So when you wake up and you're drenched in sweat, your pants is sweaty, everything is sweaty, you gotta go take a shower. You gotta take a shower in the morning to wash away everything, because you have to understand, when you sleep, it's just as much as you're awake and you travel. And I had a weird dream last night, and it was just so weird, because sometimes you always get that juicy part when you're waking up, or just before you wake up. It was crazy, man. But dreams are very important. You gotta realize that your dreams are futuristic things that are gonna happen, that are gonna take place, and the universal powers that be is giving you an opportunity to do something about it before it happens. You know what I'm saying? So that's the blessings of dreams. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Just living a fearless life, and know that you're always protected. And if you're using your spiritual spells to guide and protect you, you know, then you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game. So don't live in fear, man. Don't live in fear. Don't live in fear. Fear is one of the worstest energies you can walk around with. You know, I'm fearing for my life. I'm fearing for my job. I'm fearing that the bank might take my home. I'm fearing that the bank might take my car. I'm fearing that I don't have lunch for tomorrow. Fear. You gotta cut that shit out, man. Cut the fear shit out. Cut it out. You create your reality. You create your destiny. You know what I mean? And you have to understand that. Don't put yourself in certain circumstances and it's, oh my God, this and this is gonna happen. Well, shit. If you don't take care of your business, then what do you expect to happen? You understand? So that's just life, man. You know what I mean? That's just life. But don't live in fear. You got the power to do something about your circumstances. Use your powers, use the energy. You know what I mean? Talk positiveness around you. Talk positively. When you speak negatively, you bring negativity in your life. You know what I mean? And all these words, you gotta stop. You gotta watch the words you're using. When you say, "Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that," you're blocking the portals in your brain that would expand if you would accept the challenge, accept the circumstances, accept the situation in front of you. You have to understand, certain chemicals are released in your brain when you're confronted with a situation. Attack or flight. So if you're always flight, you will never advance in life and stand up to the challenge and stand up and step up to the plate. Because once you decide not to flee, not to run, a chemical goes in your brain.